Hi everyone, you're welcome to another amazing episode of Exclusives with Afolasade. And right here on set today, I have with me multimedia personality, talented actor, model, and one of the pioneers of pop culture in Nigeria, if you ask me. Ladies and gentlemen, Uti Nwachukwu.
Yay! Pop culture.
Yes,
That's the first.
I mean,
I'm going to use that.
relevant across generations.
Pioneers of pop culture in Nigeria.
I think that would be like my first question. How is it that you're relevant across generations? You know, the Gen Zs are there, you can mingle. The millennials, you can mingle.
Well, I'm relevant.
Oh no!
Okay.
Take that out.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't really look at it as being relevant. I guess that's why maybe people perceive me as relevant. For me, the thing is, I joke around a lot. I tell people that I like to call myself transgenerational. I identify as Gen Z, even though I'm an OG millennial. But I think what that means for me is that I do not discriminate in any form or shape or whatever. And I believe there's something to learn from my mates, people older and people younger. And I think in my head, right, I probably stopped aging at like 26, 27 in my head. So I find myself being very comfortable with people that age. And then, of course, people my age, except the ones that have now decided that they're now aunties or uncles or daddies or mummies. Mama Agba, Papa Agba. Hey, Mama Agba Shakudu. So, for those ones, I'm like, oh, okay, you're in a hurry to get old. Good for you, you know. And when I was younger, I also was drawn to slightly older people because I felt like I had a lot to learn with regards to where I was going to. So, I have friends in all generations. I guess that's why. So, I'm not afraid to learn. I'm not ashamed to learn. I'm constantly learning from them. They enjoy being around me also.
Obviously.
So I live vicariously through some of them. Some of them live vicariously through me. So I guess that's how. And because, like you said, pop culture has always been a huge interest of mine, right from when I was a pre-teenager. Yeah. So it's my hobby. It's something I've always loved. I've always loved television, music, fashion, and all of that. So I'm not going to intentionally change that just because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of Nigerians or a lot of human beings in general are in a hurry to be old. I'm like, well, the only thing you ever be in this life is old. So why are you in a hurry?
Yeah.
The destination is coming. So why not enjoy it for as long as you can? Yeah. So I guess that's probably why. And I get myself involved in pop culture a lot because that's what I enjoy doing.
Okay, thank
you.
Please take me back. I want to know your journey. I want to know your story. Right. Please, I beg you.
Popular story question. My story is so long.
Like I want to hear it. So what we do on this show is, we give people hope. Like you can do it. Uti has been there, struggled. Did you always have it easy?
I guess it depends on how you. For me, I always say perception is key. How you perceive things is very, very important. There's the necessary struggle.
Yeah.
So even when you're struggling, if you are awake enough to realize that, you know what, this struggle is part of my journey, you wouldn't really perceive it as a struggle. Yeah. It's just like when I'll give a very silly analogy. It's like taking a shower. Yeah. It's necessary. If not, you go smell. Do you understand? It's very necessary that you take a shower every day. But then the process of taking a shower can be tedious. You have to strip down, you have to scrub all your areas and all the crevices and everything. And then if you're someone who's learned how to differentiate the different parts of your body and how to take care of them, you have your face wash, you have to wash the skincare, wash in between your ears as opposed to someone that just goes under the shower and comes out. And then when you come out,
it's giving it a boy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're wrong. And then you come out, you have to go through skincare, which is why a lot of people say, oh, you don't look your age. Yeah. But you have to go through skincare. You have to use a face moisturizer, as opposed to back in the day when they would say, oh, you're not supposed to rub cream. Or Nigeria is hot, you're not supposed to rub cream. You have to use body moisturizer so your skin is not chaffy and dry and, whatever, however you want to look at it, and then apply all those things. When you get used to it, it's it's something you have to do based on how you want to look. So it's the same thing with my journey in the industry. Struggle, you can call it struggle, but for me, I would just say it was the necessary steps. It was the due process, as opposed to now where people want to wake up and then they want to become whoever it is that they admire overnight. So they're not willing to follow due process. They're not willing to take it one step at a time. So for me, I would say there were different stages of growth. There were definitely different stages of growth, from when I was in university to modeling and auditioning for Big Brother to getting on the show, getting disqualified. Not disqualified. I don't know why I keep saying disqualified.
The winner.
Because I'm getting evicted. I was never disqualified. Getting evicted and going back to finish university. And then I graduated university, served NYSC, and then went back on the show, the All Star, won it, then came out, and then I auditioned for Jara, auditioned for movies, auditioned for different shows, and I guess that's just been my journey. For me, it was just being persistent, not being desperate. Never viewing anything as a life or death situation. Just for me, when it's time to do something, I learned at a very early age that, man proposes and God disposes. You hear it and you just be like, oh, it's easy to recite it. But when you have to live through it, it's a different story. So I've learned to take rejection as redirection. And I've learned,
What is in his Jimmy where Afolasade era?
No, but it's true. Because you have to, if you go crazy for Nigeria.
Honestly.
You literally have to, because at the end of the day, as long as, I'm going to be quoting a lot of corny phrases.
By all means, please.
As long as there's life, there's hope. And the one thing I've told myself is that the mere fact that I'm alive, it just means that my journey is not over. So if this doesn't work out, then it means God is shutting this door so I can have the other door in plain sight. Because sometimes we're so fixated on the very door we see in front of us, because as humans we think this is who we are, this is what we want, and we're so sure that this is the door we're supposed to be knocking on. Whereas there's another door probably on the other side of the corridor, at the end of the corridor, that we're not paying attention to. And the only way we would have ever paid attention to that door is if this particular door we're looking at was shut. So sometimes God will do that to you. You probably think, oh, this is the end of the world. It's over, I'm done. And then you have no choice. You can either stay there or just go and try the next door. And for someone like me, I've always been very adventurous, happy-go-lucky, very spontaneous. I've been a social rebel from day one. So if this doesn't work, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit down on my nyash. So, okay, where's the other door? And, the greatest treasures lie in uncharted territory. So that's how it's been for me. And things just fall in pleasant places for me. I just feel like the trust I have in the higher power, in my creator, is just unshakable. Even at times where I just feel like this is I can't go on, or is this about to, oh, am I losing grace, or am I losing favor? And then my mind has just, my own life is my own inspiration. So I have to go back and be like, hey, remember when you thought this was the end, and when something just came from nowhere, and you're like, oh, thank God that this one didn't work, this one worked. So I'm like, okay, you know what, keep the faith, it will come. It's seasons, just like you have winter, spring, summer, fall, abroad. You have to recognize the seasons of your life. So for me, I've been able to recognize those seasons. So I know when it's time to plant, when it's time to wait, when it's time to harvest. And the one thing about life I've realized is that it's not always where you plant your seed that you will harvest it. Sometimes you might plant your seed here and harvest another crop over there. But the main and the most important thing is to keep planting. Your harvest will always come. So that's how, I think that's what's shaping me across the years. That's what I've used to sort of keep myself going, and also my mindset. Like I said, I feel young inside. I live like a young person. My inner child is very much alive. I take care of my inner child a lot. I make sure I feed my inner child. In other words, I treat myself the way I would have wanted adults to treat me when I was growing up, based on what I know now. So I have to take care of my inner child, and I'm still taking care of that inner child. And that's why I'm able to survive the different times, and that's why I'm able to connect to different generations and different people.
Nice. So you spoke about some necessary evils. I want to
struggles.
Okay, struggles. So I want to know, like, please don't be vague about it. Give us like practical examples of some of these necessary struggles.
It's kind of hard because of where I am, the state of mind I'm in right now. Because I really have to take myself back. Because, I'm not ashamed to say I'm an emotional man. I'm a very emotional man. I'm not ashamed of it. I literally have to get back into that state of mind. I need to, because when you heal, you sort of your perception of different things that have happened to you in the past sort of changes. So I literally have to work hard now to think of, okay, what's the struggle? Yeah. I think I will start from rejection, and I think I've spoken about this way too many times, which is why, there was winning the visa lottery, lost it, thought my life was over, and then, you know how it is now. You actually, Nigerians love to jackpot. I had my jackpot mind set up as early as 22. So way back in 2005, won it. Was supposed to travel in 2006. There was a name error. I had to come back. No, I didn't come back. I didn't go. They rejected the visa during the interview after I'd closed my life down here. So I had to now go back to a private university and start all over again. I remember feeling like, I'm never going to pray again. I'm never going to go to church again. God pranked me. Oh, my life is this, so I'm going to be stuck here. I'm going to be just like every other Nigerian, blah, blah, blah. Because I felt like my success was connected to the international market, just because that's what I watched growing up. I couldn't see a future here. So you can imagine not picturing your life here, and then it feels like your road has been blocked. Because I tried again, via student visa, rejected, tried another country, rejected. So, and that's what I mean by God closing doors. Yeah, so I had to just stay here. I just felt like God was telling me, there's something you need to do here, there's something you need to learn here. And I'm so happy now, because in retrospect now, I'm just like, there's a lot that you can get away with in Nigeria. Good, but also bad. And that's why we have a messed up society. But good for me in the sense that, like abroad, when you're cancelled, you're cancelled. You are cancelled. Yeah. But in Nigeria, when you're cancelled for like what? A week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Yeah, just to do something. It's easy to buy the crowd, which is why we see a lot of irresponsible, wealthy people getting away with nonsense. So, so for me, the lessons I learned here based on ignorance, right? It would have been a costly experience if I was the Uti I am of Nigeria. If I was that same Uti abroad, I would have been cancelled a long time ago abroad, and I probably would have become like depressed or suicidal or I don't have suicide in my body, so maybe depressed and all of that. So I'm happy I've learned some lessons here. It's almost like, not almost, it was God's way of saying, I need to teach you a few things before I blow up your career internationally. Because I know and I believe that there's a lot that God wants to use me to do. And I don't mean this in this whole church way, talking about in the most ridiculous ways that you might not even think God can use me, to do. So that was, I think, the first struggle. The second one, I would say, just dealing with human beings. They don't show you shaggy. Yes, because I grew up. Sometimes I almost, whenever I think of it, I'm tempted to get pissed at my parents to say, why didn't you people raise me to be ruthless? I hate the fact that I used to hate the fact that I had an open heart. But now, back to the analogy of me telling you about where you sow is not necessarily where you reap. I'm not just talking about career-wise. I'm talking about even in terms of how you treat people, how you love people, and what you do for people. There was a flawed way of reasoning, thinking that, because I'm nice to you, you have to be nice to me. But what I've learned is that I may be nice to you, right?
Doesn't mean
you have to be nice to me. It's my choice. Yes. I made a choice to be nice to you. Now, expecting you to be nice to me in return is... Now, there's basic things now, right? Yeah. I'm not just talking because... I'm not saying because I respect you, you shouldn't respect me. No, that's basic. If I respect you, you need to respect me. If I'm polite to you, you need to be polite to me. If I am kind to you, I expect you. I mean, I feel entitled to your kindness because I'm kind to you. It's basic human decency. But the angle I'm coming from is if I invest in you as a, like, let's say I sow into your life, maybe I pay your rent, I open doors for you. I'm like, oh, I recommend you to people, I introduce you to people, and your life changes.
That is, I'm recommending you to people. Uti, I beg you for that.
Sure, these days, as long as the link is there, of course. Yeah. So I used to think that because I'm doing that, I used to be entitled to gratitude.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, you have to be grateful, or you have to be loyal, or you have to be this and that. But I was taught a very harsh lesson, especially in the early days of my entertainment career. I was like, Jesus, there was a lot of betrayal, a lot of ingratitude, a lot of backbiting, backstabbing, and all of that. And what I now realized is that because I was so fixated on, oh my God, this person hurt me, this person betrayed me, I was blind to the ones that were being nice to me. So recently I started to count my blessings. And I was like, oh my goodness. That's when I realized that everything I had done for people that I felt they were ungrateful for, I was reaping the harvest via other people. So, okay, I might have paid rent for someone in Nigeria, right? Based on, they were going through a tough time. Yeah. And today they are calling me wicked and evil, and just because I said no. And then they turned on me and tried to ruin me and all of that. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, what's the use of being nice to people? But then I would forget that I'd probably travel to another country where the money you're spending like times, when you convert Naira to foreign currency, you know what you're doing. So I go to a country and we have this love language in Nigeria where we love to be there for people, especially when they're not in your city. Very, very accommodating, the good ones. So I would reap that harvest via those people where, let's say I'm in America now, and my friend just says, oh, I run a short-let apartment. Yeah. Don't pay for hotel. And then I'm trying to travel to another city. They're like, no, don't worry. And then my cards are not working because now, our country, even the domiciliary card itself will have one wahala or the other. So someone will just be like, oh, no, I'll pay the flight for you. I'm going out to eat. I'm trying to pay for food and my friend's like, no. So I'm just thinking about it. And then,
now, do you think that is coming, sorry, I get you, but do you think that's coming out of you being good or out of you reaping or because you're a star?
It's
because
ripping.
Sometimes
it's ripping. There are a lot of stars. There are stars that are very obnoxious, and they don't get. Then there are a lot of stars that are users, and then But then even as much as, no matter how bad someone is, no matter how bad anyone is, they are good to someone. Even if the person they are good to is your enemy. Yeah. So they are sowing. It's the law. It's the law of the land. What you sow, you shall reap. Yeah. So as they are being obnoxious to you, they will reap that obnoxious behavior from someone else. Do you understand?
Uti, you're very wise.
No, it's not. It's experience. It's experience. So no matter how bad it is, they are good to someone. Yeah. Just like every thief has somebody that they are blessing. Yeah. Robin Hood, the Robin Hood syndrome. Yeah. But to the person they are stealing from, you're hurting that person. Okay. So for me, I try to sow good seeds. And so when someone hurts me, I'm just like, the blessing is going to come back times 10. Do you understand? They will reap from somewhere else. Do you get? So it's not because I'm a star. It's the grace, favor of God, and of course the seeds I've sown. Yeah. So forget star. There are some people that don't even know that I'm a star. I've met people abroad that, oh my God, there's just this liking to you. You're such a cool person.
But I also want to say something. I want to ask you because there are some media personalities that you'd be like, oh my God, I'm literally better than this person. And this is not even you trying to be condescending. It's like facts, like I'm better looking, I speak better, I have the courage. But this person's getting the deals.
Grace, or it's their grace. You have to learn to respect the grace upon people's lives, because the sun will set on all of us, rise and set on all of us. Do you understand? Rain that touches you will touch me, rain that touches me will touch you. Do you understand? So you can't fight the grace of people, and it's the same. We have to be careful how we look at people like that we think, oh, I'm better than, or this person has a terrible behavior, this person is progressing, because regardless of how I feel about you, it will not stop the blessings of God. So also, regardless of how you feel about me, it will never stop the blessings of God.
Yeah.
God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. So no matter how we look at this person, if God has decided he's going to favor this person, he will favor that person.
Yeah.
You should mind your own business and maintain your own lane and just be begging God for his mercies and his grace and his favor. Well, concentrate on manifesting the positive things in your life. Concentrate on telling God that, please, let my name be remembered in places of favor that you have charted out for me. It's easy to look at someone and be like, but I deserve that. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've never felt that.
Yeah.
It's part of the things I've had to learn.
Yeah.
The grace, just like I've gotten some things, and even me myself, like, but I don't think I deserve this. Can I do this? And then I just remember how, the thing is that regardless of how we feel about people, along their journey, God is training people. Remember what I said about the doors being locked from the international waters, and how if I was there, I would have been cancelled.
Yeah.
I've learned. So it's not your business how people go through their learning curve. It's not your business.
Yeah.
So God might put them, sometimes even, someone said something to me. She said, if you fall from this chair, and you fall from the roof of this building, which are you most likely to survive? Exactly. So sometimes, the way you're looking at someone being elevated might be the chart to their fall. Because they've probably done, but it's not your business. So I'm just saying, because if they've not, karma sometimes, it will not hit you in a way where you hide your pain or your shame. The people that have really hurt people, sometimes it will elevate them. The higher the climb, the greater the fall.
I don't even believe all those people that say you hurt me, so therefore.
Oh, no. You have to be careful who you hurt.
Yeah.
I'm living proof of that. I've seen people that have hurt me get their own. It's very hard. Especially when you do.
People when they hurt me, they used to go scot-free.
That's what you think.
Wait till they stop.
That's what you think. You don't know what's happening in their lives. That's what you think. Because I used to really think that God is it that it's me? What did I do? Especially when there's now this belief that if everybody has a problem with you, that means it's you. Nobody ever thinks of it as, because we're in a country where people prey on empathy, people will look at you as a doormat, or like that person where they're like, make I go call him my own. This one, Mumu, he's very nice or she's very nice. They don't think about it that way. They will say, why is it everybody's having a problem with you? And especially when you're emotional and you wear your emotions on your sleeves, right? It's easy for them to call you a bad person, especially if you're doing better than them. The regular saying in Nigeria, they will now start saying things like, you are not my God. What have you ever done for me? Meanwhile, they came to you like a kitty cat, but they are leaving you like a lion. You understand? So karma is real. So sometimes when you're looking at people like that, right? Sometimes, they will give you a high seat so that you will fall from that high seat in the eyes of everyone. Do you understand? As opposed to falling in one secret place. So it's even better to fall in a small secret place than fall from that high place. But again, I must reiterate that it is not our business how the universe decides to serve people their dish. I always say, face your dish. Focus on your focus and just move forward. And I keep saying, if you want to know how people of a certain community behave, look at the way they drive. If you look at the way Nigerians drive, you understand. You're there maintaining, you can just be on your lane and someone just comes from another lane to bash you. And people are consistently trying to be in your business and you're just trying to maintain it. Like, what the hell? So most times you end up just honking every time. Just for me, with the way I live my life, I'm just like, can you guys just leave me? Let me focus on my focus. And that's why I'm constantly honking, and abroad, I'm just like, I'm not hearing honks. People just automatically decide that, or rather automatically know that they're supposed to be on this lane. And then they know to indicate, they know the rules. They've learned the rules. So they know how to drive. But in Nigeria, just watch, especially in Lagos, watch the way people drive. You would understand how they think. Because your lane, they don't even know the difference between the fast lane and the slow lane. And the minute there's an opening, they think this lane is moving, everybody's coming here. When this lane stops, everyone's going there. Just maintain your lane. And that's the way they move, and that's how they move with life. So that's the thing you have to also think of. Karma is real. And so back to your question about, is it because I'm a personality? No, it's just because people take a liking to me and God uses people to be there for you. At the end of the day, when I calculate how much I've spent abroad, and I'm like, if I used my own dough, right, I'd have probably spent up to $10,000 to $20,000 or more. And in this country, when you convert your money into that, because you're earning in naira, and until you start earning in dollars, that's a huge sum of money.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I'm like, wow, so this is another way of God providing. You know, people think that the only way God provides for you is to give you.
Yeah.
To say, take,
No.
this is all yours.
They knock on your door and give you.
So if the money is not coming from your account, you don't count it as a blessing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't have to buy. I think it's even a bigger blessing where you don't have to buy food, but you have people cooking and serving you. So you're not looking at the fact that you're eating. You're probably thinking, though, hey, why is it not me that's buying this thing? That's when envy starts to set in, jealousy starts to set in. That's why most people that you help in Nigeria, for me, I used to be like, what is the problem? Yeah. But you know why? They end up being ungrateful, because they end up wanting to do what you're doing for them. In other words, they're like, why is it not me that's buying food for him? Why is it him that is buying food for me? As opposed to just accepting and thanking God. God, thank you that you brought somebody that's blessing you. So that's why, like I've said, right, where you sow is not necessarily where you would reap. I have to learn that lesson, and I've learned it now. So if I'm good to you now, I'm not going good to you because I want you to be good to me. I'm good to you because it's who I am. It's my character. It's my soul. It's my spirit. That's how I was created. And during one of my prayer sessions with God, you know, I'm spiritual, by the way. I don't believe in religious practices. Obvious. Yes, I'm very, very spiritual. Oof, I remember my dad used to say, as long as you're under my roof, you must go to church, or you decide to do juju. You cannot be in this life and just be empty. But as long as you're under my roof, it must be church. When you are away from me, if you want to do another thing, go and do another thing. But you have to have a spiritual guidance or spiritual guide, you know. So I chose God even when I moved out of my father's house. So I believe in God so much, and that's my guide, that's my influence. So in one of my prayers, I remember when God said, when I was like, why is this? Why is it I'm always this? And then what I heard, because I don't normally hear from God voice-wise, like I'm so jealous of people that will say, I prayed and I heard God said to me, and I'm like, and they wait for a voice, so you know,
God can speak to you through African magic.
That's what I'm saying. That's how God speaks to me on a regular day. Like I see signs, I see, like I can just see something that someone wrote or someone says something. I might be looking for an answer, and then through a conversation, I end up giving myself the own answer I've been thinking of, because we are talking. So you triggered the answer. So it was one of the rarest times where I was praying. I wasn't even praying. I was in between sleep and everything, and then I started to pray because I woke up to pee and I went back to bed, and it was like I'm into a trance-like moment, half asleep, half awake. And when I was complaining about, like, why is my heart like this? Why do people keep hurting me? And then I keep looking like a bad person. And then what God said to me was, never fight your emotional heart. I made you that way for a reason. I was like, whew. So every time I'm tempted to feel some kind of way, I remember that. And I'm like, okay. Which is why one of the first things I said is, I've owned it. I'm an emotional man. I love it because emotions will have their ups and downs. Which is why when I'm kind, I am very kind. When I'm offended, I get really offended. But at the end of the day, I'm very forgiving. I'm not vindictive. I have my petty moments. Which is why I'm human and not God. But I'm very quick to repent from my petty moments. Do you understand what I'm saying? So those, I think, for me would be the two struggles: the struggle of rejection and the struggle of friends and heart, because those are the two things I think that mean a lot to me, which is love for people and love for my career.
Thank you.
Honestly, I don't talk plenty.
That was an answer.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, because one of the pivotal period of your life is the Big Brother franchise, right?
Oh yes.
We can't take that from Uti.
No, you can't.
We try.
It's a huge part of mine. It's
and something is going on now. There is the Big Brother All-Stars. I want to ask you. You went for the Big Brother Africa. What season was that? The first one.
Season 3. Then I went for the All-Stars season 5.
What did you do differently in the All-Stars that made you win?
Oh, it's very simple. It's
Please don't tell me be yourself.
But that's what it is.
But
that's what it is. I think for people that have met me, I think the one thing they say to me is, you on Big Brother. Well, people say I'm a lot more.
Season 3.
Yeah, I was 25. I was an angry kid. And that was just like, 2 years after I got that whole rejection thing. So I was still learning. So I projected a lot of my anger on a lot of people.
I'm
that
25, so
period.
I'm still allowed.
Oh, yeah, that point. Oh, no, you're still allowed. But however, you're an adult, so whatever you're learning, don't commit no crime, because if you do the crime, you do the crime. Don't go spoil your life. But you're allowed to learn. You're allowed to learn. I was 25 then. My boundaries were very low. With regards to respect for humanity and humans, I was raised in, I was born in Delta State. I schooled in Benin. And so, yes. And so the way our culture there is very different from the culture everywhere else, including Nigeria. Like, it's almost like you're trained to be hard there.
Unruly.
Not unruly, just hard. Like, dark humor is our go-to type of humor. We're not easily offended.
Yeah.
Because right from when we're like 10, we're already seeing your papa bless, your mama bless, your papa no get level. And then, we are laughing, and we used to call it stroking. Let's do stroking or yabbing. And we'll just be training back and forth. But then coming to Lagos, you see something like, how dare you? Like, yeah? But that's not the way I talk. Do you understand?
I don't even talk.
I read this one. See, you're so insensitive. You're so rude. You're uncouth. And then, so for me, it was culture shock. Because I was used to getting away with a lot of nonsense. Because, in Benin back then, and I go die, you don't get level, idiots. You'd say that. So and they'll say, you want me to die? And I'm like, hey, I don't think you should literally die. It's like, get out. I was like, get out of my face, but so, that's it. So at 25, with the anger and everything and all of that, I had to, going back, you see, there's one thing watching the show as a fan, being in the house, and then watching it again with the knowledge. So what for me, I was at a joint in Abuja with my friend, and he reminds me of this thing every time we see. He says that's when he started to be afraid of me, and he said that I made a statement when then I still used to smoke. We're smoking and drinking, and he said, we're just talking about Big Brother and how different housemates play the game and all of that. Kevin had gone, he had won. Because I talked to Kevin before he went into the house and all of that, from the audition to him getting into the house. So we're just talking, and then the first thing I said to him after we finished talking about the game, I was like, knowing what I know now, if I enter that house again, look at how I no go win. And he said, bros, you talk that thing, and when you win that day, I shock. Because I tell my family, say what you talk, say go win this game. As they go. At the final day, I couldn't tell me, say, if this what you win, this boy, I wish, So, and it happened. So for me, I took my experience because I started watching Big Brother from Big Brother South Africa in 2000 and was it 1? Yes, Big Brother South Africa 1, 2001, Big Brother South Africa 2, 2002, then Big Brother Africa 1 was 2003, the one with Bayo. So I started watching I was
probably
instant. Yes, probably, you're a baby. I was an instant fan of the show.
Oh yeah.
Instant. I loved the concept. For me, I went on Big Brother because I wanted a platform to be able to express myself and connect to people that thought like me, because I knew I was different. I didn't think like the average Nigerian or the average African. Of course I auditioned. I was the only Nigerian picked now the first time. Then it was one housemate per country.
So the thing is almost like when people go on Big Brother, it was like, somebody there's an insider.
No, so was my insider coming from Benin. His boss from university I used to come to Benin now. Yes, I came to Benin, so who did I know? Who was I? When we were raised in Delta, schooled in Benin, so who I know for Lagos? Do you know, I always tell people, and that was Africa. One housemate, so who did I know to make me the only African housemate? So I took all of that experience, right? And I said, okay, what were the things I did wrong? And I listened to people. People told me, oh, you did this. We didn't like this when you did this. We loved it when you did this. I'm like, okay. I spoke to my family, and then I watched my highlights. I now compared it to the kind of people I liked when they were on the show, as opposed to what I did, and I now study your community. You need to understand your community. And for me, it was a lot harder because with Nigeria, you already know how Nigerians think. You have to study how the Western African countries think, Eastern African countries think, Southern African countries. So I had to take all of that inside. I was like, oh, and then I had to look at the previous winners. And I was like, And not to reenact their strategies, but to understand the why, not the what they did, why. So that's what I took upon myself and said, okay, I am myself, I'm not going to act. However, I need to grow, not to show that I'm grown. I need to actually grow. What are those traits that I need to get away with? What are those things I'm still working on? And I need to be honest about those things I'm still working on. What are those things that I need to also look out for? So I went in with that mindset. And I think it was just divine too. Because at some point, halfway through the game, my dad died.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. And I was supposed to leave the house. I'd already agreed to leave the house. And they didn't get back to me. And I was like, what's going on? And then there was flood in my village. So they couldn't bury my dad because it was rainy season. The roads were unmotorable. So they had to wait till November, dry season. And the show was going to end in October. So my family said, you know what? And that was the last thing I told my dad I was going to do when he was in the hospital. I'm like, I'm going to be married. He gave me the thumbs up. So we had a talk with the family, monitored conversation, obviously. And I was like, this is the last thing I told Daddy. He was like, quick, if you want to stay, you're the last born, what are you coming for? Mommy is fine. We're here for mommy. But if you want to come out, you can come out. If you can't play the game. But if you can stay, stay. What's there? And then if they evict you, they evict you. So and that was my mindset. I'm like, okay. Because I'd started to learn to accept things after that rejection issue I went through, which is we have to always apply the lessons we've learned. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to trust whatever outcome. If I'm supposed to win, I'll win. If I'm not supposed to win, I'll leave the house. Do you understand? Or get evicted. So I just said, you know what? I'm just going to keep living the way I would live if I was on the outside world. One thing led to another, one thing led to another. I won. And my life changed.
My all-star.
The all-star.
My all-star.
The only African all-star. Heard. So for me, that's it.
So your sense of fashion is one thing I want to talk about.
Oh, yes.
How did you, what happened?
Now my papa and my mama, they like to dress. Oh, my parents loved to dress up. Oh, I remember my mom and her beautiful gowns and pants and everything. My mom's a light-skinned babe. So I know my papa.
Your mom was, is she late?
No, I don't. Well, she's still light skinned, but I'm talking about babe when she was younger.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember. I remember looking at pictures. And I'm like, my papa get Aisha, Rivers woman, yellow Rivers woman. You understand? And my mama did dress. I remember my mom having like she wear like 10 bangles, different colors. You know, wear droopy earrings. She used to perm hair, shoulder pad, all those things. Yeah. I remember my mom being very fashionable. I remember heels lined up, different colors, different patterns. And you now look on this side, I remember my dad's shoes, from mules to slippers to dress shoes to boots. Then they had trunks. My dad had his trunk, my mom had his trunk, rapper, native. Then he had hangers. You would see suits, French suits, proper suits. For work, then you see when man wants to cock up like the tie wrapper, the Niger Delta outfits, and when they would do to match like this, my parents went gone. Like now that I'm thinking of it as an adult, when I started to think,
you must have very interested.
I was like, what? When parents would enter an occasion and then you see people looking, and say, I'm like, this is what it was because we're fashionable. So, it sort of got into my subconscious without me knowing it.
It's in the genes.
It's in the genes. And then I learned how to wear like sleeves from my dad, not a tie from him. And my dad always be like, talking, look smart. Don't look like all these agberos.
That's my dad.
Look smart. And my dad would buy beautiful shirts for me, beautiful pants. And then as a teenager, I started to read. I had 4 sisters older. I have 4 sisters older than me and 1 brother. So you can imagine the influence. Yeah. And my sisters were babes in uni. And secondary school. So
and you had last born now.
No way, I was last born. So it was so easy. They spoiled me silly. They would bring fashion magazines. People would say, see this one, don't be dressed like that, dress like this. They would say, no. Why your hair like this? No, do hair like this,
see.
So I got a lot of influence from my family. And then I used to watch a lot of fashion TV. I used to watch back then it was MTV Europe. I used to watch a lot of the Style channel. What did you used to call it? It was Style now, Style HD or something funny. Style, it was the Style channel. I used to wait for the Haute Couture for men. Haute Couture. And then I would watch it. It was Style or Fashion TV or Style TV. Yeah, TV. And then I'm not going to lie, in the entertainment world, I remember watching Chidi Mokeme was one of my first role models for fashion. Chidi Mokeme, I felt, was one of the best dressed, and I still feel he's one of the best dressed. Like, look at him when he steps out.
I'm going to pay proper attention. I think.
Chidi Mokeme, what back in the day? Even now, even his suits after.
He's given.
No. Chidi Mokeme is Mr. GQ now. This could be Mr. GQ, and he's still Mr. GQ. So I'm not going to lie. Chidi Mokeme was one of the people I used to look out for in terms of fashion. And who else? I think it was Chidi Mokeme for me.
Yeah.
Then, yes, it was Chidi Mokeme. Then it was Amy Collins. He's a designer. I love the way Amy Collins dress. So different people shaping my fashion sense at different points in my life. And yeah, that's basically it. And for me, I don't look at myself as a fashionista. I look at myself as someone who likes to play dress up. Like, I like to wear what I feel comfortable in.
That's so me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know how, like, I'm plus size and everybody just believes, okay, you're plus size, you should be sad.
No, that's even an edge for you.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm like, I give them back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yes.
That's why I told you, like, all
That
these sets, dress up, like,
it's stressful.
you get to see what I wore in my first episode today. I gave them velvet. No, I didn't know. I gave them velvet gloves and whatnot. No, that's me, because I just feel like it's a lifestyle you should be expressing.
Just play dress up, yeah.
You know.
People probably think I just go and I'm like, today I shall wear this
and
I shall be extra. No, it's a plus for me. I'm like, I have to dress up again to go for this event. What will I wear? And then I mentally have to think of what I want to wear before I go into my closet. I love the moments where it's a stylist that has that responsibility. I'm like, woof, I don't have to think about how to pair this and accessories. But, you know, it's stressful when I think of it. But when I put it together, sometimes I'm not even happy with the outcome. But when I step out, people are like, oh, see, don't come again. I'm like, yeah, this one. Okay, walk. You know, even with my hair, like this style now, it was just by error. This is my new look. Every year, it's every year or every other year, I like to change my dreadlocks, which is why I went to dreadlocks. I've cut it, I've twisted, so I twisted it, but it was just one. I was like, I wanted it to be shorter, but I don't want to cut it. I still like the length. So they did something. I was in Ghana, and then they twisted it regular. I'd been doing the regular twist side to side and for like over a year. So I'm like, I want something, but I want to cut the hair. So they tried something else. I was like, I hate what this looks like. Then they brought it back down. So I was like, He said, what if we fold it? Is there any way we can put it together? So they folded it, right? And I'm like, how can we hold it? Like, okay, you know what? Charlie, I like this thing. I like it a lot. My friend is not going to forgive me, Joe. So it was Joe Wackle that took me there. He's one of my closest and best friends. So they sewed the first one in half. And everybody's like, I'm like, hey, yes. So they did everything and they dropped it. And I was like, wow, new style. It was short, thick. It was here. So I liked it. And I rocked it for a while. So I was doing a shoot for Omero clothing for one of my AMVCA outfits. And I was about to take off my shirt. And because of the hair was bulky.
So it went up?
With that. The hair was bulky and to pass my head through it. So I was just like, I was about to take my hair. I was like, this thing, the neck. So, and I said, let me just put it up. So I put it up so I could easily take the clothes off. What? So I put it up and I took the shirt out. As I put on the outfit, I was about to take it off. So, and I have a friend, Davo Pajok. He's one of the younger models. He has this signature standing dreads. And I couldn't look like my friend though. So I looked at it, I was like, what do you guys think? Everybody concurred. They're like, this is actually nice. I'm like, okay, new look loading. And since then, that's how. So that's how it happens sometimes. Like I just experiment with some things, or I don't even mean to. And then I'm just like, okay, this will work. Yeah. So that's how this new style was birthed. And everyone loves it. People normally tell me, like, let's say on a regular day, I get like, let's say 2 people telling me, oh, I like your hair. Now I get like 10 people telling me I like your hair. Exactly. So that's what happens. And I guess it comes when you're not trying too hard.
Yeah.
I think if I start to look at myself as I'm a fashionista, I will start to make stupid fashion risks and I will just look like a clown sometimes. Because you see it on some people that want to be fashionistas. I'm like, no, just be relaxed. Yeah. Not every day dress up. Like even when you told me dress up, I'm just like, okay.
See, with this girl with me that we are in.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, I'm like, is it by force? What's going on?
I mean, let them do that. But I'm just like, if it works for you, okay. But if it's not, my friend sent me something today, and he was like, "This is beautiful." I'm like, okay,
To you.
not to me.
To you.
Exactly. He's like, "What's ugly about?" I said, "I never said it's ugly. I said it's not fine to me." He said, "What would you have done better?" I said, "I don't know because I don't know
Not my vibe.
what they were going for."
Yeah.
But maybe it works for the target audience. Clearly, I'm not part of this target audience. He now laughed. I said, "This line took me out. What do you mean by target?" I said, "It's the kind of people that will appeal to see that.
Yeah.
They're not like her."
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No matter, even if you dress like Chris Woman or Chris Man, you will find a target audience that wants to dress like Chris Woman or Chris Man. So, do you, but don't just carry your Chris to dance inside my ass. That's my own.
Okay, so I have 2 more questions for you.
Sure.
Play game, and it's alright.
That's good.
So, what are some of the misconceptions people have about you? And I know before you say, "Oh, I'm not listening to the noise," I turn it. No, truthfully, what are some of the?
Well, I think some people think I'm proud, and it's good. I'd rather you think I'm proud than
Dumb.
a dove that you can
Yeah,
step on,
proud.
or sheep, or some harmless worm that you can step on. All right, if that's what will make you respect me, then that's good. Because I feel like Nigerians don't respect, they respect fear. Yeah, as opposed to other nations where you earn your respect and then they respect you. But I feel like if they feel like you're someone that should not be stepped on, that's when they respect you. So if you think I'm proud, if that's going to make you maintain your lane, then maintain your freaking lane. If you're threatened by confidence, if you're threatened by me being assertive, say it. You can then don't project on me and say I'm proud. So a lot of people, and this happens a lot of times. People meet me and, "Oh my God, just from watching you, I thought you were going to be proud." I'm like, "Well, yeah, you need to earn my good side. I'm not just going to be here, come out and be like Sound of Music. The heroes are alive." No, I'm not going to do that. You have to earn the good side of me. But I am nice to everyone by default until you give me a reason not to. That's me. I treat everybody well. I don't care whether you are the CEO of a company or you're the gate man of a company. If you're respectful, if you're nice, if you're pleasant, you will get that ×3 from me. But if you're rude, if you're obnoxious, if you're annoying, you will get that ×3 of me. So you have to choose what parts of me. I polarize people. I've been polarizing people all my life. So it just depends on what parts of me you want to trigger. The choice is yours.
That's clear.
Yes, that's one misconception. Yes.
Internet says your net worth is $1,000,000.
In Jesus' name, amen. I receive it. Hallelujah. I don't discuss that. 3 things I don't discuss: my love life, my net worth.
So that people don't be you.
Why will I discuss it? It's personal for a reason. It's called a personal life for a reason.
Yeah.
Yes. The love life, my net worth. There's 113. What's the other thing I said I will never discuss? My love life, my net worth. If I remember the third one, I'll tell you. See, I don't do old now. Eh?
So you just leave people guessing.
Oh yes, please guess so. Because you're the few ones I've had access that have found out a few things, I've regretted it along the line. I'm like, okay, now because you don't know me now, you don't see me finish.
Yeah.
So I
rather
don't.
it's just personal.
Yeah. So I don't like. For me, I just feel like, especially when you're in the public eye, you need, just like in your private life, even when you're not in the public eye, you always get to that point where you need your you time.
Yeah.
You don't want people all up in your space, your room, especially growing up in a large family, you just want your own space. So I feel like it's only fair to allow people have that, keep that personalities, to keep that for themselves.
Yeah.
You've seen the glam, you've seen the glitz, you've seen my job, you've watched the interviews, everything, every boobware, but I want to have my personal life to myself. Do you understand? Which is my money, my love life, and even friends. Like some of my best friends are not. I don't really have best friends in the entertainment industry. My real trusted best friends are not entertainers. Do you understand? So there's some things I just want to keep sacred. I can't be going around saying, "Oh, this is how much I have," and I will never show off. I wasn't raised like that to show off. I tell people the only thing flashy or vain that you ever perceive about me. No, I've been driving the same car for over 10 years.
What's the thing?
Fashion. And if you look at my page, the only reason why it may look like I'm vain, scroll, every outfit that is beautiful, the designer is tagged. That's the only reason why I'm vain with my, that's why it looks like I'm showing off my clothes. If not that, I look at myself as a platform for designers, because a lot of people see a lot of outfits on me. I'm like, who made this? Because for me, I've always been about opening
Do you know
doors.
you've been an influencer before an influencer? Before influencer.
Before influencing became a thing, you know, it was. I remember the days of Yomi Casual.
Pop culture, because
Yes,
I feel like
no.
most of these things that people are doing now, they're just like,
We know they do have, yes.
done
Now I
that.
get it. I remember the days where we were repping Yomi Casual, repping Maya Tafo,
Yeah.
repping Emika's beat, and all of that.
what I wanted to tag this was even this whole episode was OG before
The
IG.
OG before IG.
Period.
Period. So yeah, so I don't believe in. I think showing off comes from a place of insecurity, and when you show off, it's most likely indicative of a poor background.
Yeah.
Like when you grow up poor, so you're now trying so hard to prove. Like
Absolutely.
I don't understand this whole. I don't like bold brands. Like
Okay.
maybe you wear all these. You know, I don't want to call any names.
Love is so tacky.
I feel it's tacky. Would I wear it as a gift? Yes. But will I use my money to buy that? No. I'm very high street. I'm not high fashion.
Okay.
And if I do high fashion, best be sure you won't see any logos on it.
Yeah.
I like fit. How do the clothes fit? How's the fabric? How does it look on me? What are the colors? Like I love dark shades of bright colors, and I love bright shades of dark colors. I love to play with all of that. It's not about brand name. Like really, because I'm brand name. Do you understand? Like really, what are you trying to prove? What are you trying? Like
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. I don't even believe in spending on things like that, like luxurious things like that. For me, where the kind of luxury I spend on is travel,
Yeah.
traveling experience. Like for me, you can't replace that. When it's time to travel, then I would dig into my account, not to buy some ridiculous Yankee jacket or European Paris jacket or whatever. No, that's not me. If you want to give me as a gift, I know we'll say no, but it's not me. So that's why I don't like to discuss things like that, because I just believe you're sending the wrong message and you're trying to make people like or not like you for certain reasons.
Yeah.
And it's actually nobody's business. Do you understand?
What are you trying to prove?
Yes. So if you ever hear me talking about money or love life, no, it's contractual. Maybe think about it from the point of view of a show or some investment. Yes, I won't just come out one day and just say, oh, I am in a relationship with, oh, this is how much I was paid to do this. You know, it has to be some form of PR. But true happiness, when I'm truly happy, you would never hear me talking about these things. Never. Because I want to leave all of this and go home and enjoy my private life.
So final question. This question is so petty. How can I be your friend?
We're friends already now.
Sure.
Of course. We're friends already.
What's my name?
They called your name so many times. But I call you Sam. I call you Sam.
Why?
Because your full name is Sam.
Sama-
Something,
Samagbe.
so I call you Sam.
Nice.
So even at the gate, I was like, I'm here to see Sam.
Sam. I really like it.
Yes, no.
They call my brother Sam. Nobody ever calls me Sam, so I like that.
So Sam.
That's very dope. Okay, bring our games. So we're gonna be playing this game. I'll give you lyrics to songs, and you tell me what song it is.
Ooh. If this was like 10 years ago, I would
Probably,
not feel.
but now.
Now it's 50-50. Because
Who is your favorite Nigerian artist?
it's very odd. No, it's not really an odd choice, because you would think it would be one of the big three.
Irasta.
No. Well, Arista is one of the big three female-wise.
Okay.
But my favorite Nigerian artist is the artist with not a single bad song, Kiss Daniel. Every song that man releases is a hit. Now, if amongst the big three, I love all three of them.
Yeah.
I'm not even good. Yeah, I love. There are days I'm in Burna mode. There are days I'm in Wiz mode. There are days I'm in Davido mode. Yeah. To club, when I'm out there to have fun and just vibe, like if I'm in the lounge and I'm just like sipping on my gin and just vibing, definitely Davido.
So I'm so sure you'll be picking a lot of, because there are consequences, and this is why we have the consequences.
Yeah.
So let's start with the questions.
Then, if I'm an all-round artist, whether it's in the club, whether I'm in a car, whether I'm just chilling at home with my friends, Burna.
Okay.
Burna is in my all
They
mood.
call me Burna.
Yeah, Burna is my all mood. Burna is South South. Do you understand? So he has that South culture. So I always gravitate towards Burner.
Okay.
Whiskey is pure vibes.
Okay, so I'm so sure that you'll be missing all these questions. I'm too sure. So I'm going to even I'm going to be giving you the simple questions. I'm sure the audience will be answering them before you even do.
Wow.
So this is me underrating you now. Okay, so what is the reason you do not have your own peace of mind?
What is the reason you don't have peace of mind? Give me this. That's the Omale. Oh, I forgot Omale. I love Omale. Yes.
Oh my God. I
feel
like I should make this question tougher.
No, don't do. No, that song is deep. That's a jam now. That's a jam.
Pure one. Mm-hmm. Okay, so next one is, what have you done to me? I do not know.
What have you done to me?
I'm sacking you.
But you know the funny thing is that who sang that song again?
That's what will catch you.
That's the thing, but I know the song. What have you done to me? Who's it? That's the thing. There's so many of them, and most of them have that voice. What have you done to me?
You don't know who?
Who is that?
Johnny Drill.
Johnny Drill!
I'll give you that one because you tried. I mean,
but I know the song.
He had melodies, so I will give that to you.
Yes. No, but Johnny Drill is different. He doesn't sound like the rest.
Loving you, girl, no holiday. Loving you, girl, no get holiday.
Loving you, girl, no get...
Bam, 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 bam.
Loving you, girl, no get holiday.
Yeah.
That line is very generic, so I will fill out. Who is that?
Thank you. Let me pick one.
This?
No. There are papers in there. So you do what the paper asks you to do.
Use face muscles to maneuver a cookie from your forehead to your mouth. Ooh, cookie. Well, who's that again? Loving You, Girl, No Get
Holiday is one of these good sing by... It's a Ghanaian.
That's why I don't know it.
But it's a Ghanaian song that is popping in Nigeria.
Oh. Okay.
Why are you taking the smallest?
Yeah.
Do you know?
You forgot a big from my forehead
to your mouth. Okay. Go Uti. Go. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Next one says, don't care waiting people be talking about me in particular. Don't care what people be talking about me in particular.
Don't care what people be talking about me in particular.
Yeah.
You know what's ruining this song? I'm just thinking, I like your waist in particular. Don't care waiting people they talk to me, but is that Charlie Poppy?
No. Ashake is lonely at the top. Don't care what people talking about me in particular.
You know, I have not really vibed to this Ashake's news album.
Please help me pick one.
I haven't. If it was the previous album, I don't fulfill it.
I hope this is a tough consequence.
Squats for 10 seconds. That one easy now.
Yeah.
I even did leg day yesterday. As in, I should hold the squat position for 10 seconds, or I should squat for 10 seconds.
Just squat for 10 seconds.
As in, that's like 10 reps.
Yeah.
I did leg day, and my trainer has been teaching me. Oh, yes, because I used to have problems with my knees, right?
Okay.
So to squat, shoulder width.
Oh, yeah.
Open from the hips, not from the knees. And then arch your back a bit.
And push out. Go Uti. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Make sure your feet are flat on the floor.
6, 7, 8, 9, and the final one, 10. Woo!
This is a warm up before leg day. So
nice one. So I'll give you one. I hope you get it. Butterflies in my tummy when the money enter.
I know this one. Butterflies in my tummy. Butterflies in my tummy when the money enter. I know this one. Butterflies in my tummy.
If you get more lady, I'll not give you this one. No.
Is it articulate now?
Yeah.
Butterflies, that's
Ogoraya. Yeah. Final question. Okay, who are you to judge me like say you only pass? Who are you to judge me like say you only pass?
This one sounds like what all Nigerians artists will say. Who are you to judge me like say the memory pass? It's not Whiskey. It's not Davido. Hey, is it Davido? It's not Ashake. It's not Bonner.
Final answer. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 10,
not
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, pick one.
Who is that?
Are you dropping them back?
No.
Okay. You have so many.
Who?
Okay, King Promise, Terminator. Who are you to judge me like say you know the past? What does this one say?
Terminator.
What is this one?
Follow me on Instagram.
I'm
not already following you.
No, you're not though.
Really, I'm so sorry.
Please let me pass this for a second.
Sometimes I always forget these things. I just feel like when we start chatting, I think in my head automatically I feel like I'm following you.
We're friends.
Yeah. Okay. This one.
Are you dropping them back?
Okay. I can't believe I wasn't following you. That's weird. Weird.
It's given by fire by force, bestie.
Bestie. Oh, you're right. I'm not following you. I'm so sorry. Bele o. Ek pele o. Eku pele.
What is that?
Ek pele o.
Thank you so much, Sir Uti, for coming on my set. Are you sure? Yes. Did I do good?
Oh, you did great.
Am I a great media personality?
Oh, you are.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
I really had fun. Me too. Thank you. Would you come?
Of course. Why not?
Okay.
When?
All right, so I come your way again next time. This is Afolasade, and it's been real and exclusive Afolasade. Exclusive with Uti, actually. Thank you for joining. Uti, tell them to subscribe.
Oh, subscribe to Afolasade.
Yeah,
you have to.
yeah.
If not, you're fake. We don't want you to be fake.
What is said?
Yes,
Until I come your way again next time. Bye.